Good evening, folks. It is just after sunset here in beautiful St. Augustine, Florida, and we're going to eat at the place you see behind us. It is called the River and Fort. Now, we have eaten here, but we've never eaten here. That makes sense. We've never eaten at the River and Fort. This used to be the Acapulco Mexican restaurant. And one of our yearly traditions when we would come to St. Augustine was to sit outside on the front facing beautiful Matanzas Bay, which you see behind us, and the Bridge of Lions. So we've not been here in several years. This is now a different restaurant, but we're going to do it. And we got some, we got some people wanting to be famous back there. So anyway, we're going to go into the River and Fort restaurant, and he didn't say anything obscene, did he?
No, he just hollered selfies too.
Okay, all right. So we're going to go into the River and Fort and check this place out, so go with us. Place has outdoor dining up there on top, but we're going to go into that little top level you see right there up top. Which how long we'll have to wait, but what a beautiful view. I'm going to show you more of it up there, but the Bridge of Lions out there in the background, the Matanzas Bay, just a beautiful city. We're gonna get on the elevator. Okay, right here. Do you have a preference? Okay, so we sat down immediately. I thought we would have a wait, but this is where we like to sit, the little rooftop facing the bay. There is more outside seating on the back of the building, but I want to show you all this beautiful view here when it was a Mexican restaurant. Down here in the back is the kids menu. Okay, so what did you end up getting?
The, what was it, stuffed New York strip. I don't even remember what it was stuffed with. I remember whatever. It said steak butter. I thought, oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, it does. And I actually got the same thing. So we are having identical meals tonight. I did ask about the tomahawk ribeye, and you asked me what I would pay for it. And I said, here, a place like this, I would pay $50. And I was thinking like 12 ounces, 16 ounces. It's $99, but it's 32 ounces. So basically that was too much for me. So it was priced about what I thought it would be, but I didn't realize it was that big. So, you know, I said 50 for a pound. It's 99 for 2 pounds. But that would mean you would have had to gotten the same thing. So, and you don't get extra sides with it. You have to buy extra sides. So, yeah, so since she was wanting something a little different, we just each got our own. We got the same thing. Isn't that something? We ended up getting the same thing anyway. So, but anyway, we're going to go with the stuffed New York strip. I don't even remember what all that had now.
I don't remember either. You don't choose your side.
Yeah, it's on the menu. Okay, so these are the stuffed New York strips. I honestly don't even remember. I think it's garlic, maybe potatoes with chives or something.
I don't
And
remember.
asparagus. I see asparagus, I think.
And broccoli.
Okay.
Take that off.
All right, so Chauncey's going to let us know.
That's a cheesy rice. And
It's
not
rice?
Yeah, it's not asparagus, it's broccoli.
Okay. I couldn't remember what it said.
I guess this is the steak butter.
All right, are you going to take a bite of the steak? You're not going to leave the butter on it?
It's good, it's tender and flavorful.
Okay. I didn't mention that it was actually stuffed with shrimp on the inside.
Yeah, I had forgotten about that until I started to turn my plate.
So we just finished up at the river and fort, and there's actually another outside deck up there up top. You do have a view of the bay, not quite as good as the front-facing view that we had. I guess you can see more of the city from up there, but anyway, it's a very spacious place, very nice, elegant restaurant. Got open-air dining here on the lower level. So we are finally done. It was a long meal. So anyway, we're gonna give our final thoughts on the River and Fort restaurant here in St. Augustine. Okay, everybody, we just finished up here at the River and Fort restaurant. This was our first time trying this restaurant, but we have eaten in this building before.
Yes.
I believe they have expanded the seating area a little bit.
It's a whole lot bigger than what it used to
When it
be.
was Acapulco, yeah, it did not have near that much.
And go back that far.
Yeah. So anyway, why don't you go ahead and start? Tell.
Okay, so as far as just looking at the building, it's beautiful. The outside's really nice. The outside seating's very nice where we sat. That's where we have always sat every time we have been in this building. So it was great to look at the bay and the bridge. And even what they expanded to when we walked down here looked very nice. As far as my food, I got the stuffed New York strip. It had some type of cheesy rice and then broccoli, and it was stuffed with shrimp, and I wish I could remember what kind
Yeah,
of
I don't
garlic
even remember what the
sauce.
menu said.
Yeah,
I was
know.
thinking it was coming with potatoes instead of rice.
Yeah, but everything was really good. The broccoli was just a little bit hard around the salt, but that's okay. I don't know what that steak butter was. I wasn't a fan of it. I thought it was just going to be like steak butter, you know, just with maybe a little bit of seasoning, but I didn't care for it. Shrimp was excellent. The steak was really good. I'm very full, but it was really good. And our waitress, she did a good job tonight too. Very nice lady.
Yeah. Now the $1 million question, no pun intended. Would you do it again?
I would. Like I said, it's a nice area, beautiful view, and the food is really good.
Yeah.
It's expensive, but it was
Yeah, it is expensive. I wanted to come here again because we used to come here to this building. So let me move out of the way here. Yeah. I wanted to come here because I love the view from this building. That was something we always did come into St. Augustine. Our first night was eat up there when it was Acapulco, and just took in that view. Sometimes we would see dolphins in the bay. We didn't see any tonight, but still very beautiful. So I want to try this place. Now this is a little bit more upscale than what we usually do. This is a little bit more expensive than what we usually do, and I knew it would be, but that's okay because something I was going to do, I actually had a surprise plan for her this week, and it fell through. she just acted in such a way I wasn't about to spend it. No, it wasn't it. Actually, when we were in Sarasota, I was going to take her on one of the Marina Jack sunset dinner cruises, where they serve you prime rib. They take you out in the boat in the bay and watch the sunset.
Which was a really, really sweet idea.
But yeah, but when I called, they said, unfortunately, we're not running the boats this month. I have no idea why, but anyway, that fell through. That would have costed more than tonight, so I was going to go ahead. I was going to do that, so kind of thought I owed it to her to do something a little upscale. So anyway, we did that. As far as the food goes, I mean, for what we paid, you know, you got a view. You're here in St. Augustine.
You're paying for atmosphere.
Yeah, it's a little more than what we usually pay, to be honest with you, but you know, the food, the quality of the food. Now the broccoli I did not care for. The broccoli was hard. I don't care for hard broccoli at all. So the rice, I was surprised that it was rice. I thought it was on top of potatoes. I thought I don't know why I thought I read potatoes. I have to go back and look at that. But anyway, the rice was actually very flavorful. I don't even know what was in it, but it was
everything was flavorful.
Yeah, it was very flavorful. And the steak, I kind of looked at the steak and I thought, well, that don't look very thick, but I was only looking at the top layer. I forgot it was stuffed. It was stuffed with shrimp and some kind of creamy,
Garlicky.
yeah, some kind of sauce.
Very good.
That absolutely, I've never had steak made quite like that, but I could get used to that real quick. So the steak itself is very flavorful. I don't usually order a New York strip. It's a good cut of steak. I just don't think it's as good as a ribeye or a T-bone. I usually put it maybe third. This was as flavorful as any steak I've had in a while, especially with wherever that creamy stuff was.
Yeah.
That was just, I couldn't get enough of it. So yeah, it was a great meal. It really was. I will say, this is on the negative, this is the slowest place I've ever eaten. We were here, I think we were here well over an hour.
Yeah.
It took probably 45 minutes to get our food. I'd say we were here an hour and a half.
Well, it took her a while to come, and
Yeah.
we just wanted water.
And
then take
she
our
was
order.
very sweet, was not the fastest on seeing that you have drinks. And again, that's a problem with me because I can't swallow food very well without a drink. So there was times I'd have to sit and wait or drink out of hers.
Yeah.
And that gets to be a little bit awkward because you want to enjoy your food while it's still warm. And there were times she would not show back up for a long time. That's just, but you know, they were busy. I'll say that as well. But very sweet person, soon to be. So anyway, overall positive experience. Would I do it again? Yeah, but not every trip. This will be like if you want to do something for your anniversary, or you know, if your wife hasn't been speaking to you, this might fix that. Something like that. It's nice for an elegant night out, honestly, but it's not something I'd want to do every Friday night. But it's something for the experience once in a while. Yeah.
It's a special night
So
out.
yeah, I would recommend the River and Fort here in St. Augustine, Florida, right here on the Matanzas Bay. Beautiful setting, nice town, good food. What else could you want? Pretty woman. What else could you want? All right. So if you like this video, like and subscribe.
You can find us on Facebook.
Have a blessed evening.